Hey, Shalom, Israel. I'm priest and officer of 500, officer Hawar, and to my right,
priest and officer of 50, Bakar Allah.
I'd like to salute all the Adawanyam, all the men of Israel, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua Katam. Salute all the sisters, all the Akwathian, Yahweh Shemar Alatham Ba'Shem Yahushua. So again, this is I.S.U.P.K. Philadelphia Sabbath service. Salakia for the delay. We had some technical difficulties. Salakia. And salute the nation of Israel. We had some technical difficulties. That's why we're getting late. So Salakia for that. I apologize. My apologies. So we're going to go into the reading. If I could call up the third priest. And as you're coming in, if you have your cell phone and you're watching on TV, you could put your cell phone on the class as well. Give thumb the class up, give it a like, and also share the class to your friend group. And while you're watching it on your television, it would increase our viewership and get the classes into the algorithm. Because as we said in the prayers, open up the internet. Well, if the Most High open up the internet and we're not doing our part to share the classes, then it's going to go nowhere.
That's right.
So if you're watching at home, watching on TV, through your YouTube, if you have a smart television, well, grab your cell phone as well, tune into the class. So you have two devices that's being recorded as viewership. And you like and you share the class so we could get it to the algorithm, okay? Remember, the calling that Christ called us, he called us to be fishers of men.
That's right.
That's why we have these offices, to be priests. It's to go out and grab our brothers and sisters that's not yet enlightened to the truth and bring the truth to them through the internet, through the airwaves. You understand? Because guess what? Our adversary, the devil, is using the same medium, the airwave, to push his message. You understand? So we got to fight. We got to fight the fight, just like, any fight. This is the fight. We got to fight for the hearts and minds, as it says in Revelation. Michael and his angels and Satan and his angels. We're fighting for the same hearts and minds, mainly of our people. Right. You understand? And how we're going to win that fight is by us doing our part. You understand? So you're not actively in the class, but you're home. You could use your devices to share the classes and get it into the suggested videos of our people. So when they open up their internet, instead of tuning into Sexy Red, they see the I.S.U.P.K. Philadelphia, New York, Southern California, Southern Illinois, Minnesota. Wherever there's an I.S.U.P.K, it's going to be on these platforms to get the message to our people. So I just wanted to start with that, do a brief recap also of the Passover, which was wonderful. So now we're just trying to get back into the swing of things after the Passover. Because I don't know if you noticed, just like I noticed, when we're at the Passover, we're in our own Israelite world. The outside world seems to just fall away. And we don't even notice unless you're watching TV, but there's no time for TV because we're hanging out with each other. GEN.YAHANNA done provided so much activities for us to do during the Passover, where the fake Israelites think that the black party is actually the Passover.
Sure.
And they start hating because they can't understand how the I.S.U.P.K is so fly. That we could have the lamb slaughter as an activity, that we could have the annual black party on top of the Lord's Passover. So when they see the black party so fly, they thinking that's the Passover. Now we don't got our generals, like the caption says, who's leading you? There's one of our I.S.U.P.K phrases. Who is leading you? Because I see some of y'all so-called Passover, and you got your leaders there twirling hats and dancing on stage. We got Big Frida twerking, with the purple labs. But our leaders are not there entertaining us. They get the entertainment. You understand? So Commander General Yohanan in his wisdom paid for a performer, China Monet, to come and perform. And what did the sister say? She said she never got treated like that. As far as having her own personal security, people taking pictures with her, treating her like the celebrity she is. Now, she's not a member of the I.S.U.P.K. She's still part of the world, but she appreciates us bringing her into our world and exposing her to the truth.
And also, a lot of people get mad at that. But y'all the same people that will say Christ sat with whoever he sat with. You know what I'm saying? The lower class people of the world. Well, when we sit with them, we're fishing.
Right.
We're doing what Christ did. So we're not just inviting China Monet and just come show. I'm kind of show you what righteous, what you rap about. This is how we live for real. So she can really put it together. So a lot of times people, they fresh in the truth. They don't understand. We understand. You don't understand. You still got that church mindset, and
Right.
she was covered up. She wasn't exposing her skin. She was very respectful. You know what I'm saying? So people gotta understand, like, that wasn't even our Passover. That was just us having fun. Right. It was a black party that was having fun.
And not only that, Christ said what? The healed need not a physician. So we're not going to call people that know the truth into the truth. We're going to call our brothers and sisters from the world. And having to perform and being exposed to true brotherhood and sisterhood is going to open our eyes and mind and say, oh, not only is this song positive, but these brothers appreciate my song. You know, maybe that might be the battery to put her in our back to make her make more positive songs. Because the music industry would have our people believe that positivity doesn't sell. And they want to push the negativity. So no, we heard the song. It spoke to our beliefs, right? Of a woman being supportive of a man and being submissive. Right. That was the message she said. Right. She cooks, she cleans. She keeps her mouth quiet and she has relations. She doesn't use it as a weapon against her husband.
Do benevolence.
Right, do benevolence, as the scripture says. Those are the precepts of the scriptures. So she put it in a song and articulate what we've been trying to say. So it resonated with us. So we gave her a platform to promote that message in a different medium, which was through music. Right. You know, David was a chief musician. You understand? So I don't know how people get confused that, this is not a religious organization. We're not a church group. We're not the Purple Lads. I think it was year before last. I'm not going to mention it, but the guys that named themselves after Israelite murderers, they had their so-called Passover in a club with bottle service. But they're going to criticize the black party? What we did in our black party, what you did at your so-called Passover. So there should be no criticism. And, I just wanted to address that real quick. So with that, we're going to imagine. Priest. Just 1 second. Officer, if you could, Baba Kashasa, take a shot of the unleavened bread. You get in the shot. My rib, Rakaya, did this for the class today. So I just wanted to give her a shout out for making unleavened bread. As we all know, the unleavened bread ends Sunday sundown, and at the end of the unleavened bread is the beginning of the Feast of Weeks, where we count 7 Sabbaths and 50 days. Okay, that's the beginning of the Feast of Weeks. So, Slaki, present yourself, state your registry. Came right on time.
Dequin, Bon Bunyamin, Bon Yasharal.
Dequin, Bon Bunyamin, Bon Yasharal.
Yahweh Shem Yashab Rokatah.
Yahweh Shem Yashab Rokatah. Give him a second. You gotta get himself together. Like I said, let's take this moment to Bakari, are you on the social media?
About to, sir.
Okay. Here we go. Let me lower my volume. All right. In this moment, we're just gonna put some people on the Summer Jam screen real quick. Let me like the class myself. All right. Got 4 people watching live. So let's acknowledge them real quick. We got Nizam, Anna Jewel, Shalom Akwath. We got Samantha Cabrera, all right, Shalom Akwath. We have Sister Tharapaz, Salakia. of North Philly, and we have priest and officer Shabar Zaki. Shalom.
No.
All right. Grab the scroll. I said, after the Passover, we got to get back into the swing of things. Shout out to Captain Asha for praying. So you said, officer, by my right hand or left hand to his right hand? Your left hand to his right hand. Okay. So we don't have to just wrap it. Right here? Yeah. You don't, so you just pull it up. So you put your arm. You put. All right.
I.S.U.P.K, which means to Israel.
And he turned back.
Yeah, bro.
Screen. Come. Watch that. Go ahead.
The Lord's Prayer in Hebrew. Abanawa.
Madam Wapanya, Hakodam, rise and face the east.
The Lord's Prayer in Hebrew. Abanawa. Shabbat Shemaya. Kodash. Hayah. Shemka. Yahweh. Balakufka. Ratazaka. Ayah. Aisha. Maharakaza. Kawa. Ayah. Washemaya. Nathanawa. Akum. Kau. Yawam. Wasalaknawa. Kawawafnawa. Kasalaknawa. Kawawaf Yanawa. Wala'ah. TITHES. Wanasayawan. Ball. Awashayanawa. Mayan. Ra. Hayab. Aka. Malakba. Wahala. Wahatapara. La'awalomyo. Aman.
The Lord's Prayer, English translation. Our Father,
which
art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done in earth. As it is in heaven. Give us this day. Our daily bread. Forgive us our debts. As we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation. But deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom. And the power. And the glory. Forever.
So be it.
The power of Hakak in Hebrew. Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Babakashah. Nathanawa. Akak. Arpa'ah. Kamakalao. Kamadawa. Akak. Atahor. Amatazariah. Akak. Lahakyum. Amathium. Akak. Arakawaf. Hatama'ala. Gorisha. Bashem Yahushai. Wadaman.
The power English translation. Yahweh. In the name of Yahushua. Please give us the power. The power to heal. All manner of sickness. And all manner of disease. The power to cleanse the leper. The power to raise the dead. The power against unclean spirits. To cast them out. In the name of Yahushua. Thank you so be it.
Bless Israel. Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Baraklanawa. Wayasharala. Wahabayah. Saparia. Bashem Yahushai. Wadaman.
Bless Israel, English translation, Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh.
Bless us.
Bless us.
And Israel.
And Israel.
And the school.
And the school.
In the name of Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh.
Thank you so big.
Thank you so big.
I.S.U.P.K power structure blessing. Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Why Yahweh Shai.
Why Yahweh Shai.
Why Mayaka Allah.
Why Mayaka Allah.
Why Alahayim.
Why Alahayim.
Matasabaya.
Matasabaya.
Alawak Yahanna.
Alawak Yahanna.
Ahalawakya.
Alawakya.
Asaranya.
Asaranya.
Akwatazayanya.
Akwatazayanya.
Akayayanya.
Akayayanya.
Waha Akwathiyam.
Waha Akwatiyam.
Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahshai.
How about I.S.U.P.K?
Wadaman.
Wadaman.
Our power structure blessings, English translation. Bless you, Yahweh.
Bless you, Yahweh.
And Yahweh.
And Yahweh.
And Michael.
And Michael.
And the angels.
And the angels.
Commander General Yahanna.
Commander General Yahanna.
The generals.
The generals.
The captains.
The captains.
The officers.
The officers.
The troopers.
The troopers.
And the sisters.
And the sisters.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh.
Thank you so big.
Thank you so big.
Psalms 121 in Hebrew. Ashayah.
Ashayah.
Ayanya.
Ayanya.
Ahorium.
Ahorium.
Mayan.
Mayan.
Yaba'ah.
Yaba'ah.
Zoria.
Isoria. Isoria.
Ma'ayin.
Ma'ayin.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Shah.
Shah.
Shemayim.
Shemayim.
Baharatazah.
Baharatazah.
Shaitan.
Shaitan.
Amawat.
Amawat.
Galka.
Wagaka.
Ayanawam.
Ayanawam.
Morka.
Shemorka.
Ana.
Anna.
La'ah.
La'ah.
Nawam.
Nawam.
Wala'ah.
Wala'ah.
Yashun.
Yashun.
Shabamor.
Shabamor.
Yasharala.
Yasharala.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Shemorka.
Shemorka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Zalka.
Zalka.
Ayat.
Ayat.
Yamyanka.
Yamyanka.
Yamamam.
Yamamam.
Ashamash.
Ashamash.
La'ah.
La'ah.
Kaka.
Kaka.
Ayarak.
Ayarak.
Alayala.
Alayala.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Shemorka.
Shemorka.
Garai.
Warai.
Shemor.
Shemor.
Ashtapaska.
Asapasha.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Shemor.
Shemor.
Kazaaska.
Kazaatka.
Wabawa'aka.
Yabuaka.
Mayata.
Wa'ata.
Wa'at.
Wa'ai.
Awalam.
Avalon.
Psalms 121, English translation. I will lift up my eyes unto the hills.
I will lift up my eyes to the hills.
From whence cometh my help?
From which cometh my help?
My help cometh from Yahweh.
My help coming from Yahweh,
Which made heaven and earth.
which made heaven and earth.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He that keepeth thee
He that keepeth thee
will not slumber.
will not slumber.
Behold,
Behold,
he that keepeth Israel
he that keepeth Israel
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
The sun shall not smite thee by
The
day,
sun shall not smite thee by day,
nor the moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
Yahweh shall preserve thee
Yahweh shall preserve thee
from all
from
evil.
all evil.
He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
and thy coming
and
in
thy coming in
from this time forth
from this time forth
and even forevermore.
and even forevermore.
Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Al-Hayam.
Al-Hayam.
Adamayalaka.
Adamayalaka.
Adakarash.
Al-Karash.
Adashakwat.
Al-Tashakwat.
Al.
Al.
Kayahana.
Kayahana.
Awayabika.
Al-Yamyaka.
Yahamaya Yawan.
Yahweh.
Ra'ash.
Ra'ash.
Al-Amaka.
Al-Amaka.
Ya'ariyamwa.
Yahweh.
Sawada.
Sawada.
Wayata.
Wayata.
Ya'atazawa.
Ya'atazawa.
Atazabawanika.
Al-Tazabawanika.
Amorwa.
Amorwa.
Akawa.
Wakawa.
Wanakakidam.
Wanakakila.
Goya.
Agoria.
Wala'ah.
Wala'ah.
Azakar.
Yasakar.
Shem Yasharala.
Shem Yasharala.
Awada.
Awada.
Kaya.
Aya.
Nawa'atazawa.
Atazawa.
Laba.
Laba.
Akabwa.
Yakadwa.
Ayaka.
Ayaka.
Oyath.
Boyath.
Yakarathwa.
Yakarathwa.
Ahaya.
Ahalia.
Adawam.
Adawam.
Wayashamai.
Wayashamai.
Aya.
Aya.
Yum.
Yum.
Salaki. Mawa'aba.
Mawa'aba.
Wahagaria.
Wahagoria.
Gabal.
Gabal.
Wa'amawam.
Wa'amawan.
Wa'amalak.
Wa'amalak.
Alashaf.
Palashak.
Amyashabya.
Amyashabya.
Award.
Award.
Gamash Award.
Gamash Award.
Alawa.
Alawa.
Amum.
Amon.
Hayawa.
Hayawa.
Zarawai.
Zawai.
Bayalawat.
Zabayalawat.
Salah.
Salah.
Ashab.
Aisha.
Lahum.
Lahum.
Kamadyan.
Kamadyan.
Kasaya,
Kasaya,
Sara'ah,
Sara'ah,
Kayabyan,
Kayabyan,
Anakal,
Wanakal,
Wayashwan,
Yashua,
Ashab Magwa,
Yashabawa,
Wayayan the Ira,
Wayanda Ira,
Hayawa,
Hayawa,
Yaman,
Daman,
Datma,
La Datma,
Shatamwa,
Shayatamwa,
Gada,
Lada,
Yamawa,
Yamawa,
Karab,
Karab,
Salak. Karab,
Karab,
Wakazaba,
Wakazaba,
Wakazabak,
Wakazaba,
Wakazamanai,
Wakazamana,
Kanasikamwa,
Kanasikamwa,
Ashar,
Ashar,
Amorwa,
Amorwa,
Ayarasha,
Narasha,
Lanawa,
Nanawa,
Nahawa,
Nahawa,
Alahayam,
Alahayam,
Alahaya,
Alahayam,
Shatamwa,
Shayatamwa,
Wakagala,
Wakagala,
Kakwash,
Kakwash,
Lapoya Wawaka,
Lapayaka,
Haash,
Naash,
Lama Ira Ya Ira,
Yaira,
Wakalaba,
Wakalaba,
Dalahat,
Dalahat,
Ahorium,
Ahorium,
Kun,
Kun,
Lama Datma,
Yamatapma,
Sa'irika,
Wasa Irika,
Labasa,
Wabasa,
Pafka,
Lapakwa,
Kabahalom,
Walaham,
Mala'ah,
Wala'a,
Panyahum,
Panyahum,
Walawan,
Walawan,
Wayabakwashwa,
Wayakapashwa,
Shimka,
Shemka,
Hawa,
Yahawa,
Bashwa,
Labashwa,
Wayabahalwa,
Wayamahawa,
Ayai,
Aina Ai,
Wayakaparwa,
Wayadapawa,
Wayabadwa,
Wayadapawa,
Wayadaiwa,
Wayadaira,
Kayata,
Ayata,
Kayata,
Kayata,
Shimka,
Shemka,
Hawa,
Yahawa,
Barka,
Lamaka,
Ayayam, Aswaka, Al Yawan,
Ayawan,
Alkaha, Arataza.
Akaha,
This is Psalm 83, English translation. Keep not thy silent, O Yahweh.
keep not thy silent, O Yahweh,
Hold not thy peace.
hold not thy peace,
And be not still, O Yahweh.
and be not still, O Yahweh.
For lo, thy enemies make a tumult.
For lo, thy enemies make a tumult,
And they that hate thee
and they that hate thee
have lifted up their head.
have lifted up their head.
They have taken crafty counsel
They have taken crafty counsel
against thy people.
against thy people,
And consulted
against
thy hidden one.
thy hidden one.
They have said,
They have said,
Come, and let us cut them off.
and let us cut them off
From being a nation.
from being a nation.
At the name of Israel.
Israel.
May be no more
Make
remembrance.
you no more remembrance.
For they have consulted together.
For they have consulted together
With one consent.
with one consent.
They are confederate against thee.
They are confederate against thee.
The tabernacles of
The
Edom.
tabernacles of Edom
And the Ishmaelites.
and the Israelites
Of Moab.
of Moab
And the Hagarene.
and the Hagarene,
The
the
Bull.
Bull
And Ammon.
and the Amalek
And Amalek.
and the Amalek,
The
the
Philistines.
Philistines,
With the inhabitants of
with
Tyre.
the inhabitants of Tyre.
Ashur is also joined with them.
Ashur is also joined with them.
They have opened the children of Lot.
They have opened the children of Lot.
Salah.
Salah,
Do unto them.
do unto them
As unto the Midianites.
as unto the Midianites,
As to Sisera.
as to Sisera,
As to Jabez.
as to Jabez,
At the brook of Kishon.
at the brook of Kishon,
Which perished
which
indoors.
perished and endured.
They became as dung for the earth.
They became as dung before the earth.
Make their nobles like Oreb.
Let their nobles like a red,
And like Ziel.
like Ziel.
Hey.
Yea.
All their princes.
All their princes,
As Sabbath.
as a bot,
And as Zalmunna.
and as Almuna,
Who say,
who said,
let us take to
let
ourselves
us say to
the
ourselves,
houses of
the
Yahweh
houses of Yahweh,
and possession.
and possess it.
Oh, my power,
Oh, my
make
power,
them like a
make
wheel,
them like a wheel,
as the stubble before the
as
wind,
a stump before the wind,
and as the fire burneth the
and
wood,
as the fire burneth the wood,
and as the flame setteth the mountains on
and
fire.
as the flame setteth the mountains on fire.
So persecute them
So persecute them
with thy tempest,
with thy tempest,
and make them
make
afraid
them afraid
with thy storm.
with thy storm,
Fill their faces with shame,
fill their faces with shame,
that they may seek thy name.
they may seek thy name.
Oh,
Oh,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
let them be
let them
confounded,
be confounded,
in trouble forever.
in trouble forever.
Yea,
Yea,
let them be put to shame,
let them be put to
and
shame,
perish,
and perish,
that men may know
that men may know
that thou,
that thou,
whose name alone
name alone,
is
is
Yahweh, the
Yahweh,
Most High,
of the Most High,
over all the earth.
of all the earth.
Sar, which means to turn. Verses. I don't know. You know what? We'll do that.
Yeah, con. Press.
Sorry, turn.
You take the first. I'll take the first.
I'll do it first.
I'm looking.
All right, you shall So, mind if I could, where we left off?
Exodus 25 and 11.
Let's see what's joining us. We have Nizam on Joel. Okay, we have Just Art and Paint is joining us. We have Sapphire, Sister Sapphire, joining us as well. Most High in Christ. Shalom to you all that's watching online. Give me 1 second. Let me share this class. Share it to your friend group, Akusha. Let's get us into the algorithm. Look at our numbers, you know.
Yeah.
All right, there we go. I'll pull up my blue letter. Exodus 25. And verse 11. Is 11 upside down or 15?
It's Exodus
25.
25 and 11. Yep, Exodus 25 and 11.
We'll start in the last one. Kadash. It's not there. I'm too long for this one. We're reading the last one, Kodash first. Watazah pa yath athwa zahab sa hawar maba yath wama khawatazah fatazah pa nawa wa aisha yath ayla yawa zar Zahab, Saba Yab, verse 12. Waya Tazakwath, Lewa, Ara Bai, Taba Aith, Zahab, Wana Thatha, Ail, Ara Bai, Pa I Math Yawa, Washathya, Taba Aith, Ail, Tazala Aiwa, Ha'a Kaf, Washathya, Taba Aith, Ail, Tazala Aiwa, Hasha Nayath. Verse 13. Wa Aisha Yath, Baraya, I Tazaya, Shata Yom, Wa Tazapa Yath, Athom, Zahab, verse 14. Waha Ba'ath, Ath, Haba Dayom, Bata Ba'aith, Ayo, Tazala Aith, Ha'ara, Ha'a, Run, La Sha'ath, Af Ha'a Run Bahum. Verse 15. Nata Asalakia. Bata Ba'aith Ha'ara Run Yahweh Haba Da Yom La'a Yasa Rawa Mama Nawa. Verse 16. Wana Fatha Al Ha'ara Run Af Ha'aid Tha Ashar Athan Ala Rak. Verse 17. Wa Aisha Yath Kapar Rath Zahab Taha War Amath Yum Wacha Tazaya Ara Kaf Wa'ama Wacha Tazaya Racha Ba'a. All right. Daquin, could you start at 20 Exodus 25:11 in English, Babu Shah?
Khan. It's the book of Exodus, chapter 25, verse 11. And thou shalt overlay it with pure gold, within and without shalt thou overlay it, and shalt make upon it a crown of gold round about. Verse 12. And thou shalt cast 4 rings of Salakia. And thou shalt cast 4 rings of gold for it, and put them in the 4 corners thereof. And 2 rings shall be in the one side of it, and 2 rings in the other side of it.
Okay, so what we're reading about is the Ark of the Covenant. And it was made in pure gold. Now, how was we able to have so much gold? Officer Bakar Yali?
I think we took it from Egypt, right?
We didn't take it. They gave it to us.
Kind of.
Remember, they paid us off to get out of the land of Egypt. They said we spoiled the Egyptians. Right? So we had so much gold, in so much that we was able to make a golden calf. That's how much gold we had.
That's a lot.
Right.
It's a lot of melting.
So then even still, after the golden calf, now that we're making the Ark of the Covenant, we overlaid it inside and outside with pure gold. So now we're reading about how the design of the Ark of the Covenant is supposed to be. So it's a square, right? And on either side of it, you have 2 holes, 2 in the front and 2 in the back. Read on. Verse 13.
Verse 13. Exodus chapter 25, verse 13. And thou shalt make staves of shittim wood, and overlay them with gold.
So now, to put inside the rings on either side of the ark, they had to have a specific type of wood, shittim wood. And when they made staves out of the shittim wood, they overlaid it or plated it with gold. You understand? Read on.
Verse 14. And thou shalt put the staves into the rings by the sides of the ark, and that the ark may be borne with them.
Borne means to be carried. So now the purpose of the 2 holes was to put the staves in it so men on either side of the ark could carry it, borne on their shoulders or in their hands, particularly the sons of Levi. Right? Read on.
Verse 15. The staves shall be in the rings of the ark. They shall not be taken from it. Verse 16. And thou shalt put into the ark the testimony which I shall give thee. Verse 17. And thou shalt make a mercy seat of pure gold, 2 cubits and a half shall be the length thereof, and a cubit and a half the breadth thereof. Verse 18.
So breath is sort of like width.
Okay. Verse 18.
And that was it.
Oh, Salaki.
Right? We went from 11 to 17.
Okay.
Right? So that's, we got to go 18.
18, 24.
18, so then I have to read that in Hebrew then because I cut it short. All right. Wa I.S.U.P.K Shana Yum Kara Bayum Zahab Makwashaf Makwasha Aisha Athum Masha Naya Kwataza Rath Hakaparath. Okay, read 18 in English.
Verse 18. And thou shalt make 2 cherubims of gold, of beaten work shalt thou make them, in the 2 ends of the mercy seat.
So that the 2 cherubim basically means 2 angels, right? So it's giving you the design of the Ark of the Covenant. So you should make 2 cherubims, right? Beaten, meaning what? Fashion. Like you take the gold, like a goldsmith would fashion gold. That's what I mean. Beat it into shape, into the shape of these 2 cherubims or 2 angels. Okay, so that's it on that. Bakari, you want to take from 19? Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
25.
25.
Khan, the book of Exodus, chapter 25, and verse 18 in the Lashon Kodash. Wa'asha Korwab, is it Korwab?
Where you at? The first word?
19. No, that's
Sorry,
Wa'asha.
18 and 19.
Yeah, Wa'asha
Right?
Korwab.
Wow.
Korwab, is it Korwab?
That's a Ba. Wow.
Say it again one more time,
The
sir.
first character is a Ka,
A Ka.
right? A Ra, and a Wa and a Ba.
Korwab.
So say it slow. Ka,
Ka,
Ra,
Ra,
Wa,
Wab.
Right, there you go.
Karawab. Khan. Akkad, Maka,
Makwa.
Makwa, Taza, Maza, Wakorwab, Akkad, Maka, Taza, Maza, Man, Haka,
Pa,
Rath, Ashawa, Af, Hakor, Rabium, Al, Shanya, Wak, Taza, Kwab, Taza, Wath, Yawa. Verse 20. Waha Yawa Hakor Rabyum Parasha Kana Payam Lum Alha Sakakayam Baka Napayawaham Al Hakaporath Wa Panyam Wa, it's like a Wa Pa Nayam Hayash Al Akawa Al Haka Yawa Al Haka Porath Yahweh no Yawa Salaki Punya Hakarab
What Panya is?
Huh?
What is Panya?
Punya is like rise,
My face.
like your face. Huh? Hakorab verse 21.
See, go to the end of 22 in the English.
What's that?
Shall the face of the cherubims be? So when you see face, that's where you get the Panya.
Where you at, sir?
22 in the English. I mean
20,
20 in the
20.
English at the bottom. See where it says faces?
Khan.
Imadium wa Panya, and
Panya.
face. Hakodam, the east. I
Khan.
just want you to recognize certain words when you see Panya, you know it's face.
Khan.
So like, go ahead. 21 in the last one, Kodash.
Khan. Verse 21. Wanathasa Ath Hakaporath Al Haharan Malam Alha Wa'al Haharan Tathan Ath Ha Idath
Right?
Ashur Athan Al Yak.
Right.
Verse 22. Wana is it Wana wa Idathya?
Wa'aid Saya.
Wana wa Ithaya
Aidaya, right?
Lak Sham Wadabar Saya
Right.
Afka is it Afak Salakin Ma'al Hakaporath
Right.
Mabayan
Right.
Shanya
Shanya.
Hakarab Yum
Right.
Ashur Al Arun Ha Adath Ath Kahashur Atazawa Awathak
Right.
Albanya Yasharala. Verse 23. He's off real quick. Wa I shath wa sluggy. Wa I shayath shalakan wa I taza ya
Right.
shatayam amathyam
Kowa.
Arakawa wa ama your rakabwa wa ama wakatazaya kwam mathwa. Verse 24. How far am I going, sir? 25?
25.
Kanuka. Wataza payath athawa. No, is it Athwa. Zahab. Thaha. War. Wa Asha.
That's not a thought, that's a ta.
Oh, it's like
Tahawar.
Tahawar. The Captain Tahawar. So what's that original word? What's that? What would that word be, sir? Tahawar. Is that gold?
Yeah,
No.
gold.
Kanukan. Tahawar. Wa Asha Yath. Lawa. Zara. Is it Zara? Zara.
Yeah. Zahab.
No, before Zahab.
Okay. Lawa.
Lawa.
Zar.
Zar. So Zahab, Sabayab, verse 25. Washayath, Lawa, Masa Garath, Tapaka, Tapaka, Sabayab, Wa'ai, Shayath, Zor, Zahab, Lama, Shagor, Rathwa, Sabayab.
Sign Christ. Let's get out of hand. Don't sign
coffee.
Christ. That was a mouthful. Beautiful. All right, let's go into English.
Con. It's the book of Exodus, chapter 25, verse 19. And make one cherub on the one end, and the other cherub on the other end. Even of the mercy seat shall ye make the cherubims on the two ends thereof. Verse 20. And the cherubims shall stretch forth their wings on high, covering the mercy seat, which their wings and their faces shall look one to another. Toward the mercy seat shall the faces of the cherubims be. Verse 21. And thou shalt put the mercy seat above upon the ark, and in the ark thou shalt put the testimony that I have Salakia, put the testimony that I shall give thee. Verse 22. And there I will meet.
So, Salaki, so the Old Testament is the Old Testament. That's where you get the testimony. Right? The Old Testament. So the law is a testament to the Most High's law, right? And then you have the New Testament or covenant. The testament means covenant as well. So the law is a covenant the Most High made with Israel, and the new covenant He made with Israel is the law, and the punishment of the law was covered by Yahushua.
That's right.
That's why grace was extended. So was the law done away with? No, just the immediate punishment of the law was done away with, as far as grace being given through the blood of Yahushua and adopting us back to the Father to give us a second chance to keep the law. And that's why He lived His life perfect, to show us how to keep the law in the flesh. That's why Christ was born as a natural man, just like you and I, to show us that in this body, this flawed body, this carnal body, you can be a spiritual man.
Right.
That we can attain perfection as men.
Right.
You understand? He wasn't, he had supernatural abilities, if you want to call it that, spiritual powers that we call supernatural abilities, right? It's supernatural, but he was a regular man.
Right.
Not regular in the sense that he was a human being. Go ahead.
Oh man, it's funny that you say that, because I got into it with this woman. I didn't get into it, actually. My discipline kicked in and I didn't get into it with her, but she went to it was a brother, some rapper talking about he took Ramadan this year, right? And they said, yeah, how was it? He said, well, I just ate fruit throughout the day. And everybody like, yo, that's not Ramadan. And I started laughing like, yo, how was that Ramadan? So I could comment like, how was that Ramadan? So the one girl, she gets on, I know her, grew up with her. She's Muslim now, but she's also a witch. It's kind of funny. So I said, yo, how is you doing something for God that one is not sanctioned, but you're not even doing it the whole way? She gave on every excuse. However He wants to do it, may God find it acceptable. No. Then when it comes down to being perfect, Islam is perfect, but no man is. I said, yo, I know a couple.
How could Islam be perfect when it's a plagiarized work?
I don't know.
How could it be perfect when it's plagiarized? I'm saying.
I said, only people that say Islam is perfect is the niggas that read that book.
Well, or it's perfect for the Arabs.
It's perfect for the Arabs. I said, you're not an Arab.
It's absolutely perfect for the Arabs. They have nothing to do with Israelites.
But I was like, but what came to me was what makes a man perfect, and that's keeping the laws.
Right.
In Psalms 19 or 17, I can get
It's a
it.
commandment.
It's a commandment, but it's like
Be ye therefore perfect
For I
as
am
your
perfect.
Father in heaven
Exactly.
is perfect. That
Right.
was a commandment by Christ.
kind. But I'm like, y'all don't have examples of anybody being perfect. I said that's why y'all allow y'all brothers to fall and be like, oh, he tried. I said we can't do that.
Right.
We try to be like Christ, who's an example of being perfect, and keep on going. I said, but y'all got too many excuses why you can't be perfect, but you say your religion is perfect. I said that
How
don't
could
make
it
sense.
be perfect? In the Quran, it teaches them to sin.
Eat pork.
It tells them to know. It tells them they have to sin so the law could make them clean, or something to that effect. I seen a priest breaking it down. Where in the Quran, something is like you have to sin. Don't try to be perfect, because then the law don't apply to you. So you have to sin. It doesn't make any sense. That's how I understand it to be perfect. But let's forget the Quran. Let's deal with the Most High. Get me the Wisdom of Solomon 7:1 in the Bible. Let's read about Yahweh. Right, I made a statement, and the scripture says, "Prove all things." So we're going to prove that Christ was born just like every other man in the earth.
Christ, Satan also tested Christ in the fasting 4 years before that.
Right.
So he came to Christ multiple times, not just then.
Right.
When Peter tried to cut off the man's ear, Satan.
Right.
So he was tested continually.
Kind.
Just like we get tested, it's showing. So just like we get tested, we can be our test as well.
And the test that what he passed it with flying colors. He beat the test every time.
Right.
He passed the test every time. I should say. It's like get me on Wisdom of Solomon 7:1.
The book of Wisdom of Solomon in the Apocrypha, chapter 7, verse 1. I myself also am a mortal man, like to all, and the offspring of him that was first made of the earth.
The offspring of him that was made. What? Read that again.
Like to all, and the offspring of him that was first made of the earth.
That's Yahweh. The first man, Adam, was Christ. Right? So the first man made of the earth was Christ. So Solomon is saying he's just like Christ. Made in the same way Christ was made. Read on.
And in my mother's womb was fashioned to be flesh.
And in what?
And in my mother's womb was fashioned to be flesh.
So he was born of a woman. Right? He didn't miraculously appear out of the sky. Right? He was born of a woman. Read on.
In the time of 10 months, being compacted in blood of the seed of man, in the pleasure that came with sleep.
In the placenta. And the what? Read that again.
Pleasure that came with sleep.
What is the pleasure that came with sleep? Sexual relations. That's a pleasure that comes with sleep. Sleep is pleasurable in itself. But what pleasure that you have after you have copulation, what happened? What do you usually do? You go to sleep. Especially if it's good. Right? You go to sleep. Read on.
And when I was born, I drew in the common air and fell upon the earth, which is of like nature. And the first voice which I uttered was crying, as all others do.
As what?
All others do.
So Christ was born just like every other man.
Right.
Went to the period of 10 months, compacted in blood and water, in the placenta. And in the time of delivery, his mother squat down and he fell from between her legs onto the ground, because that's how women gave birth back then. They didn't lay down flat on their back, they actually squatted. And Christ said this is the process that every other child was born. And Christ was born just like every other child. They want that in the car?
So that was it.
That was it? All right, now let's read one more.
Read another verse?
No, another precept. I'm gonna give it to you. Get me Hebrews 2:7.
Kind of, you read it, sir.
What's that about? You got it? Okay. Because give me Matthew 1:21.
Kind of.
This is the book of Hebrews, chapter 2, verse 7. Thou madest him a little lower than the angel.
Who's the thou? The Most High God. Made who lower than the angel? Yahushua, Christ. Read on.
Thou crownest him with glory and honor.
Christ became the king. The Most High gave Christ his position. King of kings, Lord of lords. Read on.
And didst settest him over the works of thy hand.
And settest Christ over the works of the Most High hand. What are the works of the Most High hand? The whole planet Earth and the universe. So Christ is over everything. Read on.
Verse 8. Thou hast put all things in subjection under his feet.
Did what?
Thou hast put all things in subjection under his feet.
Everything is subjected to the will and power of Yahushua. Read on.
For in that he put all in subjection under him.
Christ was what? Everything was put under subjection to Christ when he conquered death. Read on.
He left nothing that is not put under him.
Read.
But now we see not yet all things, but now we see not yet all things put under him.
Right. So the main key in that is what? He was made a little lower than angels. Who's a little lower than angels? Men.
Kind of.
Is the Most High God, right? The angels, the 70 elders, and the nation of Israel. Right? The men that the Most High set up in the nation of Israel. That's the order. That's the military order, right? Because the Most High is a man of war.
Kind of.
So when it says Christ was made a little lower than the angel, what's lower than the angel? Man. So he was an angel that was what? Made flesh. Do you have Matthew 1:21?
Kind of, sir. The book of Matthew, chapter 1:21. And she shall bring forth a son, and thou shalt call him, Yahushua, for he shall save his people from their sins.
No, give me Matthew 1:1. Slack it.
The book of the generation of Yahushua, the Mashiach. When we read it plain.
Huh?
When we read it plain.
Yeah, read it plain and then read it again.
The book of the generation of Jesus Christ, the son of
the generation. What's the root word of generation? Genes. Gene. The book of the genealogy of who?
Jesus Christ.
Of Jesus Christ. This is the genealogy of Christ. Read on.
The son of David, the son of Abraham. You reading the begats?
No. Go to 21 now.
Khan. And she shall bring forth a son, and thou shalt call his name Jesus.
So right there to show you the birth of Christ. So we read that he was made a little lower than the angel. We read Solomon said Christ was born just like him. And now we just see it in Matthew. Matthew said Christ was born of a woman. Just like every other man is born of a woman. It wasn't no supernatural birth. But now let's get even more explicit. Let's go to the book of Romans 1 and 3. You got it? Read.
It's the book of Romans, chapter 1, verse 3. Concerning his son Jesus, our Lord.
Concerning who?
Jesus, our Lord.
This is about Jesus Christ we're about to read. Read on.
Our Lord, which was made of the seed of David.
He was made of the what?
The seed of David.
Made of the what?
Seed of David, according to the flesh.
According to the what?
According to the flesh.
According to the spirit.
According to the flesh.
You understand? Christ is made of the seed of David according to the flesh. What is the seed of man? Sperm.
Right.
According to the flesh.
Right.
So now let's go into the Bible and find out what is seed. If anybody say, well, it doesn't, the Bible doesn't talk about seed, right? Let's read about seed. Let's read about seed. Give me the book of Genesis 38. Let's read a quick story. We're kind of deviating from the Ark of the Covenant, but it's kind of self-explanatory. But I always like to explain when I make a statement with precepts. So we were talking about perfection, right? And we said Christ is the example of being perfect on the earth. So now we're proving the paternity of Christ, that he was an actual physical man. that he wasn't a supernatural being born on the earth. He had physical birth. So who have it? Genesis 38. You have it? Officer Ibad, Baba Kushal, read from verse 1.
This is the book of Genesis 38.
So we're going to read a story of an imperfect man. Read on.
This is the book of Genesis 38, verse 1. And it came to pass at that time that Judah went down from his brothers.
Who are we reading about?
Christ.
Judah, right? The tribe Christ came out. The tribe of Judah. Read on.
And turned into a certain Idulamite, whose name was Hira.
So this man, this Judite man, a man named Judah, he went into this woman named an Adulamite woman. He went in unto her, meaning he went to go have sex with this woman. That's what the Bible says when he went in unto. Read on.
Verse 2. And Judah saw there a daughter of a certain Canaanite, whose name was Shua.
Sure. Read on.
And he took her and went in unto her.
See that? So he went into Shua and had sex with Shua. Read on.
Verse 3. And she conceived.
And she what?
Conceived.
So when he went in unto her, she did what? Got pregnant. So go in unto means what? Having sex. Biblically. So people in the Bible had sex. Read on.
And bare a son.
Read.
And he called his name
Right. So now Judah had a son with Shua named Read on.
Verse 4. And she conceived again and bare a son, and she called his name Onan.
So now there's two brothers now. The older brother, and Onan, the younger brother, right? Read on.
Verse 5. And she yet again conceived and bare a son, and called his name Shiloh.
Shiloh, right? Is it Shiloh or Shiloh?
S-H-E.
Okay, so he had another son named Shiloh. Read on. So that's three brothers.
And he was at Shizid when she bare him.
Read it.
Verse 6. And Judah took a wife for his firstborn.
So now the father, Judah, took a wife for his eldest son. Out of the three sons, the eldest son, he took a wife for her, right? Read on.
Whose name was Tamar.
So Tamar is the wife of Judah's oldest son. Read on.
Verse 7. And Judah's firstborn, was wicked in the sight of the Lord.
So was wicked. His firstborn son was wicked. So now, according to Israelite custom, who is supposed to get the inheritance? The firstborn, right? But he was wicked. Then he didn't keep the laws of the Most High. Read on.
And the Lord slew him.
And he got killed. Or unalived, Slakia. He was unalived. Right? Read.
Verse 8. And Judah said unto Onan, Go in unto thy brother's wife, and marry.
Back up. Read that again. Where it says he was wicked.
Come.
And
Judah 38 verse 7. And Judah's firstborn, was wicked,
right,
in the sight of the Lord.
Read.
And the Lord slew him.
And he was unalived. Read on.
Verse 8. And Judah said unto Onan, Go in unto thy brother's wife.
Go in unto thy brother's wife. What are we reading about? Quinn, what are we reading about?
The law of a brother.
The law of a brother, that's right. Give him a hand for that, right? All right, so now we're reading about the law of a brother. Read on.
And marry her, and raise up seed to thy brother.
Right, because was killed, and he's the firstborn. So have a son for your brother, so the son could get the inheritance. Read on.
Verse 9. And Onan knew that the seed should not be his.
And Onan knew what?
That the seed should not be his.
What is being called a seed? A child. Read on.
And it came to pass when he went in unto his brother's wife.
When he went in unto, meaning have sex with his brother's wife that passed away. Read on.
That he spilled it on the ground.
He spilled what on the ground? Read on.
Lest that he should give seed to his brother.
So he basically pulled out and spilled his seed or semen or sperm on the ground. So if anybody was confused what seed is in the Bible, that's what it is, sperm. He spilled his seed on the ground because he knew the seed or the child. So seed is referred to as child. Right? Even in slang talk, somebody say, that's a seed. Right? That's my man's seed, referring to a child. Because remember, it's also in our language as far as we come from an agricultural background. So we refer to a lot of farming metaphors, so to speak. You understand? If in Christ you see a metaphor too. That your seed should remain. What is our seed that should remain?
People.
Fruit. People. That when you call a brother in the truth, that the brother you call in the truth or the sister you call in the truth, that they should remain in the truth.
Right.
So you understand how the Bible is slang talk?
Come.
That seed could mean a person. Well, in this instance, that seed was sperm. Right. So when you go back to Romans 1 and 3, read it again. Let's see what the seed is in Romans. Go to the upper side, right?
Oh, you go back to Romans?
No, I want you to finish that.
Okay.
But we're just going to go back for a refresher to Romans 1 and 3.
Read verse 9 again.
Yeah, you can read verse 9.
This is the book of Genesis 38, verse 9. And Onan knew that the seed should not be his.
That the child or the seed should not be his. Read on.
And it came to pass when he went in unto his brother's wife.
When he went to have sex with his brother's wife, read.
That he spilled it on the ground.
He spilled it on the ground. Read on.
Lest that he should give seed to his brother.
So the it is the seed, the sperm, or the child to his brother. Read on. Is anyone that?
Verse 10. And the thing which he did displeased the Lord, wherefore he slew him also. So Judah lost both his sons, his firstborn and his secondborn Onan. Right.
So that left who? Shiloh, right? Sheila, the thirdborn son. You understand? So you could drop that off as that, right? Go back to Romans now.
Sir, do you read Hebrews 2:17, 2 and 17?
No, we can read that as well if you want to.
I thought you did. I was gonna read it, but
okay, now you can pull it out after you read this.
Okay.
It's the book of Romans, chapter 1, verse 3. Concerning his son Jesus Christ, our Lord, which was made of the seed of David.
The sperm of David, biological ties. It wasn't a spiritual connection. This is his genealogy. Christ came out of the gene line, the genealogy of David. Read on.
According to the flesh.
Not according to the spirit, according to the flesh, biologically, physically, carnally. Christ is from the tribe of Judah, through the lineage of David.
Right.
Clear as day. So when I said Christ was born like the rest of us, so we have no excuse. So the point is, we have no excuse in not being perfect in the flesh.
Right.
You understand? Let's get what Christ. Now let's get the commandment that Christ said.
So can I go chapter 2, verse 16? For rarely he took not on him the nature of angels, but he took on him the seed of Abraham. Wherefore in all things it behooved him to be made like unto his brethren, that he might be a merciful and faithful high priest in things pertaining to God, to make reconciliation for the sins of the people.
Reconciliation. So that's what Christ did. That's the adoption. Get me Romans 9:4. So the Bible shot. So Christ made reconciliation. So is there more on that?
Verse 18. For in that himself have suffered being tempted, he is able to succor them that are tempted. Succor
means to comfort those that are tempted. Meaning what? We could look at the example of Christ overcoming temptation to comfort us when we're going through temptation, to know that we have an example that shows how to overcome sin. You understand? What I have you officer by?
Romans 9:4.
Yeah, get that? So let's see where it says he made reconciliation. Let's see the reconciliation Christ made. Start at 9 and 4.
This is the book of Romans 9 verse 4. Who are Israelites, to whom pertaineth the adoption.
That's what Christ did. That's the adoption. That's the reconciliation. Christ adopted us back to the Father. Read on.
And the glory.
And the glory, the kingdom of heaven. So by Christ reconciling us back to the Father, now we have the kingdom. Read on.
And the covenants.
And the covenant, meaning the covenants he made with our forefather Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Christ restored those covenants. You understand? That's what the New Testament is, the new covenant. Read on.
And the giving of the law.
And the giving of the laws. Read on.
And the service of God.
So to serve God, only the Israelites serve God. Read on.
And the promises.
And the promises that he made to our forefathers, that being his people and having the kingdom. Read on.
Verse 5. Whose are the fathers?
Whose are the fathers of this record called the Bible? You can drop that off the side by. That's it on that. What I have you? Are you holding something particular? All right.
Lost.
So now let's go back to let's wrap it up in a bow before we go back into the reading. Bakoyala, give me Matthew 5 verse 48.
Khan.
Now that we established that Christ was a natural man, right, that had supernatural abilities, but he was susceptible to the same temptations we are in the flesh, he said this, he gave us this commandment.
Right.
Khan. The book of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 48. Be ye therefore perfect.
What did Christ say?
Be ye therefore perfect.
Read it again.
Be ye therefore perfect.
Christ commanded us to be perfect. That means to what? To conquer sin.
Right.
That's what the commandment is. Be perfect. Keep the laws. Read on.
Khan. Even as your Father which is in heaven is perfect.
Because the Most High require perfection.
Right.
That's why. Because the Most High require perfection. There's a precept that says the Most High charged the angels will follow. The Most High charged the angels will follow. Are the angels perfect? One angel is 10,000 times brighter than the sun. And it says the Most High is so perfect, even in a perfect creation as the angels, he still could find fault in the angels. You want to get that officer about? I'll get it for you.
I believe you.
No, it's not like you believe me or not, but I said it, so we got to prove it. You finishing Matthew's?
Sir.
Let's get it real quick. Let's get it real quick. What was that, Bob? Get me Job 4:18. Scripture says prove all things, so let's get it.
This is the book of Job, chapter 4, verse 18.
Check this out.
Behold, he put no trust in his servants.
The Most High put no trust in his servants. Who is a servant? The nation of Israel, which is man, right? Read on.
And his angels.
And his who?
His angels.
And his who?
His angels.
Read.
He charged with violence.
He do what?
He charged with violence.
Even in the angels, the Most High could find imperfection. And they're perfect. Because the scripture says the angels, the words of the Most High don't go out void. Because the angels carry out the Most High's law to perfection. That's why it says, say not before the angel, it was a mistake. Meaning when you vow a vow, it says defer not to pay it. And say not before the angel, it was a mistake. So like with Moses, right? The law was to circumcise your child on the 8th day.
Wow.
Moses didn't circumcise his son. And it says the angel had Moses hemmed up about to kill Moses. And his wife Zipporah had to chop off the foreskin so the angel didn't kill Moses. And she said, now I got a bloody husband. Are you familiar with that story, Bukar? Yeah.
I think we read it, sir.
Huh?
We read it.
Yeah, we read it. But I just want to reiterate it where it says he charges the angel folly because they're perfect. And that's why it says, say not before the angel, it is a mistake. Because when the Lord sent the angels to carry out judgment, you can't be pleading with it. That's Salakia. Because the angel is not going to take your Salakia and disobey the Most High.
Right.
They're going to carry out the order. So when the angel of death come to you, there's no Salakia. There's no Salakia in that moment. Is the angels going to carry out the order because they never disobey the Most High for your dumb behind. You understand? So I just wanted to prove what I said. It says he charges us. We got to get off side from the beginning.
This is the book of Job, the 4th, verse 18. Behold, he put no trust in his servants, and his angels he charged with violence. Read it again.
Yeah, read that again.
This is the book of Job, 4, verse 18. Behold, he put no trust in his servants, and his angels he charged with violence.
Right. So now get me Ecclesiastes 5 and 6, I believe it is. It might not be that, but
Socket, what is it? Precept to this one? Job 4 and 18.
bring it up.
This book of Job, 15 and verse 15. Behold, he putteth no trust in his saints. Yea, the heavens are not clean in his sight.
That's right. Remember, it also says that all our righteousness is as a filthy rag.
Right.
To show you what level the Most High is on.
Right.
That's why it says no man has seen the Father and lived, because the Most High is pure perfection.
Come.
So you can find imperfection in the angel. How much more us?
Come.
You know. So do you have Ecclesiastes 5 and 6? I think that's it. I'm not sure. Yeah, Ecclesiastes 5 and 6 on the side body. You could go to the shop.
Ecclesiastes 5 verse 6. So, Ecclesiastes, okay. So this is the book of Ecclesiastes.
Right, I think that's it. Go ahead.
Come.
Start at 5 if you could, Baba Kushab.
Come. This book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 5, verse 6. Suffer not thy mouth to cause thy flesh to sin.
Suffer not thy mouth to cause thy flesh to sin. Because with your mouth you could do what? Blaspheme against the Holy Spirit.
Right.
With your mouth you could sin against the Most High. So suffer not your mouth to cause your flesh to sin, right? Making a vow that you know you can't keep. Read on.
Neither say thou before the angel.
Neither do what?
Neither say thou before the angel.
Neither say thou before the angel at that moment, read on.
That it was an error.
Salakia. Don't say before the angel, Salakia. Read on, because why? Read.
Wherefore should God be angry at thy voice?
God's going to be angry in that moment. The angels is not going to defer to carry out judgment.
Right.
And the Most High is what? Angry even at the sound of your voice saying Salakia. And you know, we love saying Salakia, Salakia. Nah, don't cause your mouth to cause your flesh to sin. The Most High is going to jack you up. When thou, read on.
And destroy the work of thy hands.
All right, let me get another precept for that. All right, get me that was it.
I think so.
All right, give me go up. Start at 2.
Ecclesiastes.
Yeah, right where you have to go up to verse 2.
Come.
Start at 1, Baba Kashab.
Come. This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 5, right?
Come.
No, what you say?
5 and 1, Baba Kashab.
5 and 1?
Ecclesiastes 5 and 1. Come.
Okay. This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 5, verse 1. Keep thy foot when thou goest to the house of God.
When you come into the school, shut your goddamn mouth. That's what it means. Read it again off the side Bible.
Keep thy foot when thou goest to the house of God.
Keep your mouth closed when you come to the school. Read on.
And be more ready to hear than to give the sacrifice of food.
Stop talking. You come in here to be to learn, not to teach the teachers. Because you come in here not knowing nothing. You come in here being a Christian, being a Muslim, being a Rastafarian. So when you come into the I.S.U.P.K, you walk. The Lord have mercy on you for you to walk through these doors. Shut your goddamn mouth. Read on.
For they consider not that they do evil.
Because we don't realize that when we run in our mouth in these classes, that we're doing evil. And like the scripture says, the Most High being angry at your voice.
Right.
Read on.
Verse 2. Be not rash with thy mouth.
Shut your goddamn mouth. Don't be quick to talk. Listen is an art. Read. Listening is an art. Read on.
And let not thine heart be hasty to utter anything before God.
And don't be quick. Your heart is your mind. Don't always be thinking and ready to run your mouth. You could think it, just keep your thoughts to yourself. Why do you think GEN.YAHANNA, you always tell somebody, hold your point? Because he already know where you're going. Or sometimes it's just a demon jumping on you for you to run your goddamn mouth and throw him off his point. So he said, hold your peace, meaning hold your thoughts. I already know I'm the teacher. I'm up here. I got it.
Right.
There's nothing you can say to add on to what I'm teaching.
Right.
That's why I'm up here for a reason. Shut your goddamn mouth. Read on.
For God is in heaven,
Read.
and thou upon earth.
Yeah, you're just a man. You're on earth. Read.
Therefore, let thy words be few.
You hear that? When you come into the school, that's why the general say what? When you come in here, shut your goddamn mouth. Let your words be few. What do you got to say? You come in here to learn. You come in here being a God body. Now you want to challenge the teacher about God bodies and about the Quran. What's today's mathematics? So okay, say any teacher that's up here, right? You come in here and ask me what's today's mathematics. You know what I'm going to ask you? Tell me what's the weight of a flame first thing. What's the weight of a flame? Can you count the hairs on your head down to the very last number? That's what I could tell you, because that's what the scripture tells me to ask you. When people ask stupid questions, does God have a mother? Does God have a father? I'll answer that question when you tell me what's the weight of a flame. How many sand pebbles is on the beach? Since you know today's mathematics, tell me to the last number, down to the very final digit of how many sand pebbles is on the beach outside by. You think they're going to be able to answer that question? So then that's how you answer those questions. Does God have parents? I'll answer your question after you answer mine. Tell me the weight of a flame. Tell me how many sand pebbles is on the beach. How many strands of hair you have coming out of your hair follicles on your head? Oh, you can't? Then shut your goddamn mouth. You understand?
Right.
So now I've made a statement. You could drop that off the side. But is that when it does it says when thou vowest a vow?
There's verse 4.
Okay, go ahead, read that.
Verse 4. When thou vowest a vow.
When thou vowest a vow, when you make a promise to the Lord, read on.
Unto God, defer not to pay it.
Do what?
Defer not to pay it.
Make sure you keep that vow. Don't not pay it because
For he had no pleasure in food.
he has. So that's a foolish statement you just did. You made a vow that you know you can't keep. So you was foolish in doing that. Read on.
Pay that which thou hast vowed.
What the Most High said?
Pay that which thou hast vowed.
You got to pay it. You got to pay it, oversight by. When you get that oil poured on your head and you become a priest, your job is to be fishers of men. It's not to be lords over men. Brothers get rank twisted. Rank is for order. But our ultimate job is to do what? To be fishers of men. Now you and your camp leader, you in the class, you in the school, right? You're over a camp and the classes is empty. But you always telling brothers to get in the Majid Shabbat. Is that what Christ wanted us to do with rank? To put each other in a Majid Shabbat? And we're not bringing in no fruit? You see how it come, the conversation come full circle? Because the scripture says what? And that your fruit shall remain. Keep going off the side, right?
Verse 5.
So we went over that. So now, when thou vowest a vow, defer not to pay it. So now let's go into an example of a vow, which means Moses became a priest. And he was supposed to circumcise his son in the 8th day. Overside by, no, Bakar, give me Exodus 4 and start at 20.
Come, sir.
Exodus 4 and 20. Then we could go back into the reading. What time we have overside by?
12 p.m.
Oh, we supposed to shut it down, but we started late, Salakia, again. So, man, time be flying, right? It's a lot. Go ahead. Exodus 4 and 20.
4 and 20.
Exodus 4 verse 20.
Come, sir. The book of Exodus chapter 4 verse 20. And Moses took his wife and his son and set them upon an ass, and he returned to the land of Egypt. And Moses took the rod of God in his hand. And the Lord said unto Moses, when thou goes to return into Egypt, see that thou do all those wonders before Pharaoh, which I have put in thy hand.
So now let's set the stage. The Most High is giving Moses a job to do, to go into Egypt with the staff and do what he told him to do on Mount Sinai, right? So this is Moses about to go get action, get busy, right? Read on.
Khan, which I have put in thy hand, but I will harden his heart, that he shall not let the people go.
So the Most High is telling Moses, I'm going to send you to do this tough job. Pharaoh ain't going to listen to you at first because I'm going to harden his heart. But I'm setting the stage so I can show my power in the earth. Read on.
Khan, verse 22. And thou shalt say unto Pharaoh, thus saith the Lord, Israel is my son, even my firstborn.
And Moses is going to say to Pharaoh, Israel is my son, even my firstborn. So Moses is going to tell Pharaoh that the nation of Israel is the Most High God's firstborn. Read on.
Khan, and I say unto thee, let my son go, that he may serve me. And thou refuse to let him go, behold, I will slay thy son, even thy firstborn. And it came to pass by the way in the end that the Lord met him and sought to kill him. Then Zipporah took a sharp...
So now, read that again. Read that back up. So now let's set the stage. Realize what's going on. Moses is going before Pharaoh. This is the most important job of Moses' life. The Most High God chose Moses for this job. But while Moses is going to do this job, read what the Most High is about to do to Moses.
Khan. And it came to pass by the way in the end, meaning like where they at.
Right, the hotel room.
Khan.
Right? Read.
That the Lord met him.
The Lord met Moses. Read.
And sought to kill him.
And sought to do what?
Kill him.
And the Most High was about to unalive Moses. Read.
Khan.
For what purpose? Let's see now.
Then Zipporah took a sharp stone and cut off the foreskin of her son and cast it at his feet and said, surely a bloody husband art thou to me.
Because when he cut the foreskin of the son, the skin started to bleed. So she called Moses bloody for that. Read.
So Khan, so let him go.
So what?
Let him go.
Who is going to let Moses go? The angel had Moses hemmed up to kill him. So it goes back to what the Most High said. What Christ said, be ye perfect as your Father in heaven is perfect. Because the Most High required perfection from us. Right. And the Most High is a man of war. Right? So what warfare do we have? That Paul said there's a war within our members, the spirit versus the flesh. Right. And the Most High require us to win the battle of spiritual carnality. Right. The Most High deal with winners. He don't deal with losers. Right. So if you're a loser, guess what? You're going to lose yourself right out of the truth. Right. Because that means what? When you're losing, that means you're losing a battle against sin.
That's right.
So I'm using metaphors, but I'm showing you the severity of that statement, be perfect. Right. That perfection is keeping the laws to perfection.
That's right.
It's like you can't be a little bit pregnant, but you can't be a little bit in the truth.
That's right.
Can't be lukewarm. Christ said, what? He's going to spew you out of his mouth. Right. We have to be perfect, and the perfection is keeping the laws, statute, judgment, commandments. Right. That's what it's all about. Keeping the Passover wasn't on our accord. It wasn't about the black party. It was nice. But it was carrying out what? The Passover. In the 14th day of the first month at even shall be what? The I.S.U.P.K? Or it says the Lord's Passover.
Lord's Passover. Righteous acts.
And on the 15th day at even should be the feast of unleavened bread unto the Lord. Right. 7 days shall ye eat what? Unleavened bread. Which means bread with no yeast. Or any products with yeast in it. And let's not be simple. Like yeast is talking about active yeast. The yeast that's in beer is considered inert, which means it's not active. Right. You can't bake bread with the yeast that's in beer. So people get simple. So
certain burgers got yeast in it, like a hamburger, like a McDonald's burgers actually got yeast in it to help preserve it a little longer. I just found that out.
But so is that leavened?
I don't know if it's leavened.
Leaven and yeast. Yeah, so we got to be careful what we put out there. So,
you
you understand? But see how it comes in full circle? with Moses, the Most High is about to unalive Moses. Because Moses was a priest of the Lord. That means what? He had the oil, Aaron poured the oil on his head, right? And he became a priest. And his job was to teach Israel the law. So how are you going to teach us the law and your son is not circumcised? What precept am I thinking about, Officer I.S.U.P.K? Read my mind.
There's a law that
No, go ahead, think about it. I'm gonna get it for you.
it's the one where you say it's beneficial to everyone else, but not beneficial to yourself.
Right. You on it. You on it.
You say it all the time. I know.
I'm gonna give it to you.
Is that the one though?
No. You got it, sir. That's it. All right. It's where is it? Hold on. Let me get it. Hold on. You was on an oversight by. Get me Ecclesiasticus 37 and 19. This is what we don't want to be. So this is what Moses was doing.
The book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 37, verse 19. There is one that is wise and teacheth many.
That's us here in the U.P.K. Well, we have the wisdom of the Most High, right? And we're teaching a lot of people online and in the classes and on the streets. Read on.
And yet is unprofitable to himself.
You're teaching a lot of people, but it ain't benefiting you. That's being a hypocrite. So Moses was teaching the people going before Pharaoh, but he was unprofitable to himself because he didn't have his own son circumcised. There is one that teacheth many, yet is unprofitable to himself. So you're giving out the wisdom, but you're not applying the wisdom for yourself and your family. So it's not doing you no benefit. You're spinning your wheels. You're going to be one of those brothers that are going to say, what? Christ, I prophesied in your name. Right? Prophesied by it? And Christ's going to say, what? Man, get out of here, man. I know you not. I never knew you. That's some fake Israelites. You always be in camp. The key word is what? You used to be in camp. Are you in camp today?
Right.
Nah, I can't do it.
I used to. I was in the school back. But the school is here today.
Right.
Christ said he that endure to the end.
Right.
The pattern of good works that we're supposed to develop, that he develop a pattern of good works, is to the end. You do the good works unto the end. Like the precept said, do not get weary in well-doing.
Right.
So you can't just get tired of always doing good. Time to go to camp. I'm going to go to camp 7 years straight. I'm going to get a job on the Sabbath and I'm going to just say, Salaki, I can't make it, sir, due to my slavery. Guess what? Now you're unprofitable to yourself because you can lie to the brotherhood, but the Most High sees all. You understand? So yeah, you don't want to be profitable to yourself. So it all goes in line. Teaching many and unprofitable to yourself. Making a vow that you know you can't keep, and now you're going to get jacked up. Say now it was a mistake before the angels. See, every precept goes with the other precept. Precept upon precept.
Right.
You understand? And it all, so it doesn't deviate from what we're talking about, the Ark of the Covenant, because the Ark represents the law.
Right.
And it was made a specific way,
right?
And there's a specific way to worship the Most High in spirit and in truth.
Right.
With endurance.
Right.
Keeping the commandments, enduring to the end. Bringing in fruit like Christ said. And that your fruit shall remain. See, I call ye this day fishers of men. Right. That's our job as a priest.
Right.
And it doesn't start when you become a priest. It starts when you take a vow to wear all black.
Right.
When you walk through those doors, that's basically a vow. Oh, I know it's the truth. I'm going to go learn now. That's when it starts. The clock starts right there.
Right.
You can't leave back out. You say, I'm not ready yet. Now, you hear the truth? Christ said, my sheep hear my voice, and other they will not follow. Meaning, once you hear the voice of Christ, which is what? The truth. There's no turning back. Oh, Yahushua said this, I locked in. I'm rocking and rolling to the end, to the death. You understand? Moses did it until the death. He didn't make it into the promised land, but he did it to the end. Even though he knew he wouldn't make it to the promised land, did Moses drop his sword over Sabbath? La. He did his job to the end. Yahushua said, I ain't gonna make it, I bet. That's it. I'm in this truth. Do I know I'm going to be part of the 144? I don't know that. But am I going to rock till the wheels fall off? Yeah. Lord allow. Tomorrow's not promised to no man, so I can't say I'm going to endure to the end. Right. But I would say, Lord allow. In my mind, I'm thinking, hey, I ain't going to, there's nothing else out in the world. I'm going to go to the world for. Right. What's out there that entices us? What's in the world? I'm curious to know what's in the world that we can't find in the truth. Brotherhood? Are you going to go join a gang when half of the gang members are snitches? Right. Now we find out Puff Daddy was a Fed all his time. Take that. Yeah, take the sentences he was giving out in Fed cases. Right? Al Sharpton. No justice, no peace, and he's a Fed. Nicky Barnes, right? Notorious gangster in Harlem, snitching. There was a guy in Harlem named Preacher. This guy was a devious drug dealer. Chopped dudes' heads off. They said the minute he got caught by the feds, he started telling the minute he got in the back of the cop car. Mm-hmm. He told on his son and his daughter. That's the type of brotherhood I'm going to go back to in the world. When I know in the I.S.U.P.K, I could leave my rib around Bukari. I know he ain't gonna try to holler at her. They don't holler in that brother's ribs in here. Right. Because the law of adultery. Right. That's the main reason why we're in here, because of the laws. So that's true brotherhood. Right. How many people lost stuff at the Passover and got it returned? Wallets, chargers, kids, all type of stuff. No sexual assaults. Well, all the alcohol that was being consumed. No sexual assaults, no fights. Go ahead, Officer Sabbath.
Quick question, sir.
Khan.
Diana Del Rio. So just coming into the truth and having a 4-year-old son that isn't circumcised and not knowing any better until now, when should I get him circumcised?
To answer your question, sis, remember Christ offer us grace. None of us was circumcised. Majority of us was not circumcised. I came from the island of Jamaica. I'm a Benjamin. Circumcision is not practiced in the Caribbean as it is in the United States because of the Jewish religion, right? So in the islands, I wasn't circumcised. I got circumcised as an adult in the truth, but circumcision alone is not going to get your son saved. Just being in here and keeping the commandments that you have control over. You didn't know the law. The Most High said what? He winks at our ignorance. That's the winking that it's talking about. You didn't know, so it's not going to be held on you. But from this day forward, now that you're learning the laws, from this day forward, you're held accountable. You understand? So when you didn't know, so now that he's 4 years old and he's not circumcised, if you choose to get him circumcised, that's just a personal decision you make, but it's not going to bear any witness of whether he's in the truth or not. You understand? Because Christ extended grace to all of us. You understand? None of us came into the truth being perfect. We all came in as sinners. But the minute you walk through these doors, you're considered born again. Right. So if your son is in the truth, he's considered born again. So it's like he's been circumcised. And this circumcision is not circumcision of the flesh, but a circumcision of the heart. You understand, sis? So hopefully that answered your question. So it goes back to Romans 9 and Romans 9 and 4, when Christ adopted us back to the Father. You understand? And grace was extended to us. That grace is the penalties and the punishments of the law. So if Moses was today, no angel is going to grab you and try to kill you because your son wasn't circumcised in the 8th day. Right. We're on the grace. The law still applies, but we're on the grace. Right. So when you didn't know, the Most High winks at your ignorance. Right. But now that you know better, now you're held accountable moving forward. Any other question, Officer Adbad?
That was it. 12:15. Time check.
Yeah, so I think we started late. We went a little bit past the time. There's other zones that got to start their Sabbath service. So, you know, 20, right? What verse we left off at?
We
In
started
Exodus
18,
25.
25. So 25, 25.
25, Officer Adbad.
26 next service.
26,
Colonel
Colonel. All right, so you know, in the spirit of brotherhood, those other zones that come after us, and we was having a conversation earlier. That's why the classes start the time they do, because every zone, based on their time period, start their Sabbath service. Right. So here in Philly, we start at 10. I'm not sure what time DC starts. Delaware starts at a certain time. So everybody get a chance to have their school, you know, put in the forefront, so to speak. So, you know, I don't want to hog the time up. We did start late. Again, I apologize for that. We had technical difficulties. And so we'll shut it down there. If there's no question in the chat, any questions in the class? All right, so with that, we'll end the service there, the reading. And I'll say the men appear at Madium, which means stand. So everybody could bump the shot, adjust the camera.
Come.
Chalice.
No, it's right.
Oh, grab the one from the far right?
Yeah, technically.
Kind. No sweat. Officer Picard,
No chalice. Chalice.
Oh, it's right there.
Okay. So
Yeah, it was. It's,
Come.
I didn't put it back over.
Okay.
So pass me the yayan from the right.
No, you good.
We two up? Okay. Make sure we do everything in decently and in order. Left hand to your right hand. Right touch the position. Extend it.
I.S.U.P.K, which means to Israel.
Water. And Amadium Opania Hakodam. Means rise, stand. Salaki sisters Yeshabiim, all Israelite males, rise to salute the Torah.
Yeah, Barak. Yeah.
Yahweh Shem Yahshua Barak.
Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua Barak Yah. Amadium Opania Akodam, rise and face the east. It's the congregation, everybody stand and face the east.
The Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew.
If you're home and you don't know where the east is, you can look it up on your phone for the scroll out.
Sloppy.
You can look it up on your phone where the east is, or figure out where that, where the sun rises. When you get up in your house, you know that's where the east is. That's a clue, okay? And we face the east because we face towards Jerusalem.
Right.
Lifting up holy hands. Okay? Start with the Lord's Prayer.
Start with the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa,
Abanawa,
Shabbat Shemayah,
Shabbat Shemayah,
Kadash,
Kadash,
Hayah,
Hayah,
Shemka,
Shemka,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Malakufka,
Malafaka,
Daba'ah,
Daba'ah,
Ratazaka,
Ratazaka,
Hayah,
Hayah,
Aisha,
Aisha,
Maharataza,
Maharataza,
Kawa,
Kawa,
Hayah,
Hayah,
Bashemayah,
Hashemayah,
Nathalanawa,
Nathalanawa,
Lakum,
Lakam,
Kal,
Kal,
Yawam,
Yawam,
Wasalakinawa,
Wasalakanawa,
Kawawaskinawa,
Kawawathanawa,
Kasalakinawa,
Kasalakanawa,
Kawawaskinawa,
Kawawathanawa,
Wala'ah,
Wala'ah,
Taba Yahayanawa,
Daba'ahanawa,
Wanasayawan,
Wayasayawan,
Abal,
Abal,
Awashayanawa,
Awashayanawa,
Mayan,
Mayan,
Rai,
Rai,
Kayah,
Kayah,
Makah,
Makah,
Amalakwa,
Amalakwa,
Wahala,
Wahala,
Wahatapara,
Wapatara,
La Walayam,
Ayawalamim,
Aman.
Aman.
The Lord's Prayer, English translation. Our Father,
Our Father,
which art in heaven,
which art in heaven,
hallowed be thy name.
hallowed be thy name.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy kingdom come,
Thy will be done in earth,
Thy will be done on earth
as it is in heaven.
as it is in heaven.
Give us this day our daily bread,
Give us this day our daily bread,
and forgive us our
and
debts,
forgive us our debts,
as we forgive our
as
debtors.
we forgive our debtors.
And lead us not
And lead us not
into temptation,
into temptation,
but deliver us
but deliver us
from evil.
From evil.
For thine is the kingdom,
thine is the kingdom,
and the power,
and the power,
and the glory,
glory,
forever.
forever.
So be it.
So be it.
Cock the power in Hebrew. Yahweh Bashem Yahushua,
Yahweh Hashem Yahushua,
Abakushaba,
Abakushaba,
Nathalanawa,
Nathalanawa,
Akak,
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 Arpa'ah,
Arpa'ah,
Kamakalau,
Arpa'ah,
Kamadawa,
Arpa'ah,
Akak,
Akak,
Atahor,
Atahor,
Amatazariah,
Atahor,
Akak,
Akak,
Alahakyo,
Alahakyo,
Amafyo,
Amafyo,
Akak,
Akak,
Arakawa,
Arakawa,
Atama'ala,
Atama'ala,
Gorosha,
Gorosha,
Bashem Yahushua,
Hashem Yahushua,
Waraman.
Waraman.
This is a prayer for the power, English translation. Yahweh,
Yahweh,
in the name of Yahweh,
in the name of Yahushua,
please give us the power,
please give us the power,
the power to heal
power to heal
all manner of sickness,
all manner of sickness,
and all manner of disease,
and all manner of disease,
the power to cleanse the lepers,
the power to cleanse the lepers,
the power to raise the dead,
the power to raise the dead,
the power against unclean
the
spirits,
power against unclean
to
spirits,
cast them out,
to cast them
in
out.
the name of Yahweh.
In the name of Yahushua.
Thank you, so be it.
Thank you, so be it.
Bless Israel in Hebrew. Yahweh Bashem Yahushua.
Yahweh Hashem Yahushua,
Barakanawa.
Barakanawa,
Wayasharala.
Wayasharala,
Bayath.
Wahabayah,
Saporia.
Saporia,
Bashem Yahushua.
Hashem Yahushua,
Waraman.
Waraman.
Bless Israel, English translation. Yahweh,
Yahweh,
in the name of Yahweh,
in the name of Yahushua,
bless us,
bless us,
and Israel,
and Israel,
and the school,
and the school,
in the name of Yahweh.
in the name of Yahushua.
Thank you, so be it.
Thank you, so be it.
I.S.U.P.K power structure blessing. Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh,
Why Yahweh Shai.
Why Yahweh Shai,
Why Makya Allah.
Why Makya Allah,
Wahayam.
Wahayam,
Matasabaya.
Matasabaya,
Alawap Yahana.
Alawap Yahana,
Ahalawapyam.
Alawapyam,
Asaranyam.
Asaranyam,
Akwatazayanyam.
Akwatazayanyam,
Akayayanyam.
Akayayanyam,
Akwathyam.
Wahakwathyam,
Yahweh Bashem Yahushua.
Yahweh Hashem Yahushua,
Waraman.
Waraman.
I.S.U.P.K power structure, English blessings, English translation. Bless you, Yahweh,
Bless
Bless you, Yahweh,
and Yahweh,
and Yahushua,
and Michael,
and Michael,
and the angel,
and the angel,
Commander General Yahanna,
Commander Yahanna,
the general,
the general,
the captain,
the captain,
the officers,
the officers,
the troopers,
the troopers,
and the sisters.
and the sisters.
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
in the name of Yahushua.
in the name of Yahushua.
Thank you, so be it.
Thank you, so be it.
Psalms 121 in Hebrew. Ashaya.
Ashaya.
Ayanya.
Ayanya.
Ahorim.
Ahorim.
Mayan.
Mayan.
Yaba'ah.
Yaba'ah.
Zoria.
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 Ayin.
Ayin.
Hawa.
Hawa.
Shah.
Aisha.
Shamayim.
Shamayim.
Waharataza.
Waharataza.
Ayatun.
Ayatun.
Namawat.
Namawat.
Wagaka.
Wagaka.
Ayanamum.
Ayanamum.
Shamorka.
Samarkand,
Anala'ah.
Anayala,
Yanamum.
Anawam,
Wala'ah.
Wala'ah.
Kayashun.
Yayashun.
Shawamor.
Shawamor.
Yasharala.
Yasharala.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Morka.
Samarkand,
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Kazalka.
Zalka.
Al-Yad.
Al-Yad.
Yamyamka.
Yamyamka,
Yamamum.
Yamamam,
Hashemash,
Hashemash,
La'ah,
La'ah,
Yakaka,
Yakaka,
Wayarak,
Wayarak,
Alayala,
Walayala,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Shemorka,
Shemorka,
Korai,
Wakarai,
Yashemor,
Yashemor,
Aspapashka,
Askamashka,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Shemor,
Shemor,
Kazaafka,
Rada'aka,
Waka,
Waba'aka,
Mayata,
Waifa,
Mayat, Awalo.
Wakai,
Psalms 121, English translation. I will lift up my eyes unto the hills.
I will lift up my eyes to the hill.
From whence cometh my help?
From whence cometh my help?
My help cometh from Yahweh.
My help cometh from Yahweh,
Which made heaven and earth.
which made heaven and earth.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He that keepeth thee will not slumber.
He that keepeth thee will not slumber.
Behold,
Behold,
he that keepeth Israel
he that keepeth Israel
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
nor the moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil.
Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil.
He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out,
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out,
and thy coming
and
in,
thy coming in,
from this time
from
forth,
this time forth,
and even forevermore.
and even forevermore.
Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayom,
Alahayom,
Adamayalaka,
Atamayalaka,
Abakarash,
Kakarash,
Abachakwat,
Atasakwat,
Al, Kayahana,
Ayahana,
Awayabyaka,
Awayabika,
Yahama Yawan,
Rama Yawan,
Ra'ash,
Ash,
Al Amaka,
Al-Amaka,
Ya Aryamwa,
Yahweh,
Sawada,
Sawada,
Ayata,
Wayata,
Ya Aitazawa,
Aitazawa,
Al Tazapawanyaka,
Atazakamamika,
Morwa,
Amorawa,
Bakawa,
Akawa,
Walakakidam,
Wayakakido,
Goya,
Goya,
Wala'a,
Wala'a,
Yazakor,
Yazakor,
Shem Yasharel,
Shem Yasharala,
Wada,
Wada,
Kaya,
Kaya,
Awa Atazawa,
Atazawa,
Abba,
Abba,
Akadwa,
Akawa,
Ayaka,
Ayaka,
Waya,
Waya,
Yakarathwa,
Yakarathwa,
Alhaya,
Ahalia,
Adawam,
Alawam,
Shemai,
Ashemai,
Alya,
Ahalia,
Yum,
Yom,
Mawa Abba,
Mawa Abba,
Wagarium,
Wawarium,
Gabal,
Gabal,
Amawan,
Amawan,
Amalak,
Amalak,
Alashah,
Alashak,
Amyashabya,
Abishabia,
Zawar,
Zawar,
Namashawar,
Damashawar,
Awa,
Awad,
Amam,
Amad,
Ayawa,
Alawad,
Zarawai,
Zawad,
Banyalawat,
Panalawat,
Salah,
Salah,
Ashalahum,
Aishayahab,
Kamadyan,
Amadium,
Kasaya,
Kasaya,
Sara'ah,
Zawah,
Kayadyan,
Gayama,
Banakal,
Malakal,
Kayashwan,
Dawashawan,
Nashamadwa,
Nashamadwa,
Ba'ayan, the Ira,
Ba'ayra Da'ayra,
Ayawa,
Ayra,
the Mun, Ladatma,
Laidama,
Sayatamwa,
Ashaytamwa,
Nadaya,
Nadaya,
Bawa,
Bawa,
Kaira,
Kaira,
Kazabah,
Zabak,
Kazabak,
Kazabak,
Katazamanai,
Kazamanai,
Kaunasiya Kamwa,
Kindness come,
Ashor,
Ashur,
Morwa,
Amorah,
Ayarasha,
Narasha,
Nanawa,
Nanawa,
Nahawa,
Aywa,
Alahayom,
Alahayom,
Alahaya,
Alaya,
Shayatamwa,
Shayatamwa,
Gagala,
Gagala,
Kwash,
Akwash,
Punya, Wakal,
upon your account,
Salaki, Kaash,
Kaash,
Baba Ira Ya Ira,
Yaba Ira,
Wakalaba,
Wakalaba,
Talahat,
Talat,
Ahorio,
Ahorio,
Kun,
Kun,
Tawadatma,
Tawadatma,
Basa Irika, Abasa,
Absa,
Wapafka,
Wapafka,
Babahalon,
Walahala,
Balaa,
Laha,
Punyahum,
Panyam,
Kalawun, Wayabakwashwa,
Wayabapashwa,
Ka,
Shemka,
Hawa,
Hawa,
Bashwa, Wayabahawa,
Wayabahawa,
Ayai,
Ayai,
Wayakaparwa,
Wayakaparwa,
Wayabadwa,
Wayadabarwa,
Wayadaiwa,
Wayadairo,
Kayata,
Kayata,
Shimka,
Shemka,
Hawa,
Hawa,
Baka,
Baka,
Ayawan,
Ayawan,
Alkaha, Arakaza.
Akaha, Aratiza,
Psalms,
Sounds 83.
Psalm 83, Salakia. English translation. Keep not thou silent, O Yahweh.
keep not thy silent, O Yahweh,
Hold not thy peace.
hold not thy peace,
And be not still, O Yahweh.
And be not still, O Yahweh.
For lo, thy enemies
For lo, thy enemies
make a tumult.
make a tumult.
And they that hate thee,
And they that hate thee
have lifted up their head.
have lifted up their head.
They have taken crafty counsel
They have taken crafty counsel
against thy people.
against thy people.
And consulted against thy hidden one.
And consulted against thy hidden one.
They have said,
They have said,
Come, let us cut them off.
let us cut them off
From being a nation.
from being a nation.
In the name of Israel.
In the name of Israel.
May be no more remembered.
May be no more remembered.
For they have consulted together.
But they have consulted together
With one consent.
with one consent.
They are confederate against thee.
They have confederate against thee.
The tabernacles of Edom.
Tabernacles of Edom.
And the Israelites.
And the Israelites.
Of Moab.
Of Moab.
And the Hagarenes.
And the Hagarenes.
The Bull.
The Bull.
And Ammon.
And Ammon.
And Amalek.
And Amalek.
The Philistines.
The Philistines.
With the inhabitants of Tyre.
The inhabitants of Tyre.
Ashur is also joined with them.
Ashur is also joined with them.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
Salah.
Salah.
Do unto them.
Do unto them
As unto the Midianites.
as unto the Midianites.
As to Sisera.
As to Sisera.
As to Jabez.
As to Jabez.
At the brook of Kison.
At the brook of Kison.
Which perished at Endor.
Which perished at Endor.
They became as dung for the earth.
They became a dumb for the earth.
Make their nobles like Oreb.
That their nobles like red.
Like Ziel.
Like Ziel.
Hey.
Yeah.
All their princes.
All their princes.
As Sabbath.
As Sabbath.
And as Zalmunna.
And as Zalmunna.
Who say.
Who said,
Let us take to ourselves.
let us take to ourselves
The houses of Yahweh.
the houses of Yahweh
In possession.
and possession.
Oh my power.
Oh my power.
Make them like a wheel.
Make them like a wheel.
As the stubble before the
As
wind.
the sun before the wind.
And as the fire burneth the wood.
And as the fire burneth the wood.
And as the flame setteth the mountains on fire.
And as the flame setteth the mountains on fire.
So persecute them.
So persecute them
With thy tempest.
with thy tempest.
And make them afraid.
Make them afraid
With thy storm.
with thy storm.
Fill their faces with shame.
Fill their faces with shame.
That they may seek thy name.
They may seek thy name.
Oh Yahweh.
O Yahweh.
Let them be confounded.
Let them be confounded.
In trouble forever.
In trouble forever.
Yea.
Yea.
Let them be put to
Let
shame.
them be put to shame.
And perish.
And perish.
That men may know.
That men may know
That
that thou,
whose name alone
whose name alone
is Yahweh.
is Yahweh,
At the Most High.
at the Most High,
Over all the earth.
over all the earth.
Set up some the curses on our enemies, the enemies of the nation of Israel. Blessed are you, Yahweh,
Blessed are you, Yahweh,
King of heaven and earth,
King of heaven and
and
earth,
all things living.
and all things living.
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
in the name of Yahweh
in
Shai,
the name of Yahweh Shai,
Baba Kushah,
Baba Kashal,
listen to us now.
listen to us now,
Right now.
right now.
Send evils.
Send evil
And curses.
and curses
And punishment.
and punishment
And
and
destruction
destruction
to the heathen
to the heathen
that speak against us.
that speak against us,
The prophets.
the prophets,
The teachers.
the teachers,
The princes.
the princes,
The priests.
the priests,
The Israelite
the
brothers.
Israelite brothers,
And the school.
and the schools.
Send evil.
Send evil
And curses.
and curses
And punishment.
and punishment
And
and
destruction
destruction
to the heathen.
to the heathen,
And shake loose the treasures
and shake loose the treasures
of the rich of Israel
of the rich of Israel
that refuse to give to the school.
that refuse to give to the school.
Force their riches
Force their riches
to enter into the
to
sanctuary.
enter into the sanctuary.
Send evils and curses.
Send evil and curses
And punishment.
and punishment
And destruction
and destruction
to the Edomites.
to the
To
Edomites,
the Edomites.
to the
To the
Edomites,
Edomites.
to the Edomites,
And the nations.
and the nations,
And their drug
and
dealers.
their drug dealers,
The court system.
the court system,
The prison
the
system.
prison system,
Planned Parenthood.
Planned Parenthood,
All the governments of our enemies.
all the governments of our enemies,
Amalek synagogues and armies.
Amalek synagogues and armies,
Roman Catholic Church.
Roman Catholic Church,
The Pope.
the Pope,
Islam.
Islam,
Christianity.
Christianity,
Egyptology.
Egyptology,
Militia.
militia,
Ku Klux Klan.
Ku Klux Klan,
Aryan Nation.
Aryan Nation,
Skinheads.
skinheads,
Pasakamatasi.
Pasakamatasi.
The gay movement.
The gay
The
movement.
LGBT
The
movement.
LGBT movement.
The LGBT
The
movement.
LGBT movement.
The LGBT
The
movement.
LGBTQ movement.
The lesbian
The
movement.
lesbian movement.
Spies.
Spies.
Workers of witchcraft.
Workers of witchcraft.
NASA space program.
NASA space program.
Army.
Army.
Navy.
Navy.
Air Force.
Air Force.
Marines.
Parade.
Wall Street.
Wall Street.
Open up the internet.
Open up the internet.
And the airwaves.
And the airwaves.
The cable access channels.
Cable access channel.
The radio
The
channels.
radio channel.
Convict the spirit.
Convict the
Of
spirit.
any of thy people.
Of any of thy people
That seek to stop us.
that seek to stop us.
And bring swift
And
destruction.
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 bring swift destruction
To all.
to all
The heathen.
the heathen
That stand in the
that
way.
stand in the way
Or try to stop
or
us.
try to stop us
From broadcasting your word.
from broadcasting your word
Throughout the planet Earth.
throughout the planet Earth.
Let loose all the plagues.
Let loose all the plagues.
Cause them to go through and fro.
Told them to go to the throne
Through the earth.
through the earth
And consume them.
and consume them.
Let the plagues
Let the plagues
shake the house of the thief.
take the house of the thief
And the murderer.
and the murderer.
Let your house shine.
Let your house shine.
Michael and Gabriel.
Michael and Gabriel
Come down.
come down
With the flying saucers.
with the flying saucers
And punish
and
all.
punish all
The heathen.
the heathen
That come up against us.
that come up against us
As we speak thy word.
as we speak thy word.
Cause it to be known by all.
Those to be known by all
That it is the angel.
that is the angel
That hath done it.
that have done it.
Cause it to be spread.
Cause it to be spread
Through the media.
through the media,
Through the whole
through
world.
the whole world.
Cause them to shake.
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 Cause them to shake
At thy coming.
at thy coming.
In the name of your
In the name of
house.
Yahushua.
Thank you always.
Thank you always.
So be it.
So be it.
Sir, which means turn. Sisters, Yeshabian, which means be seated. Men of Israel, we're going to give each other a courtesy salute. Men of Israel, Emmanuel, Shabbat, Emmanuel, Barak, Yahweh, Yakim Sar, which means face the sisters. Sisters, Emmanuel, means stand. We're going to give you a courtesy salute. Your Emmanuel Shabbat is your right hand clasped over your left. As such, your feet at a 45-degree angle, your head covered and bowed. You repeat back to us. Men of Israel, Emmanuel Shabbat, Emmanuel, Barak, Yahweh, Shabbat, Yakim Matah, class dismissed. And as they currently stand, I just found out, not only is there a flood in Russia, but there was a flood in Dubai. A flood in the deserts of Dubai. And now there's a flood in China. You understand? And Mosai is causing confusion in Esau's government.
Right.
The economy is jacked up. They don't, they don't know what to do.
Right.
There's political discord in this country. So, Yahushua is making his coming, hasty. So let us stay in the spirit. Let us stay in the truth. Endure to the end. Hold fast. Continue to fight the fight.
Right.
The spirit of the spirit versus the flesh, and make sure we win that fight and try to become, not try, but achieve perfection as our King Yahushua. And with that, class dismissed. If anybody want to be anointed, come up, Abu Shah.
Where's the oil?